Hi everyone, so I just want to show you this new product that we bought for camping. It's called the Transcool Portable 12 Volt Evaporative Cooler. So it's not an air conditioner. Now we've been looking at something for a few years now, besides just a normal fan in the tent. We've looked at so many things similar to this and we've just been hesitant about how good they're going to work. So I've seen this one for a little while, been looking at reviews, and so we've bit the bullet and we've gone and bought one. And that. Now, it's Australian made. Some of the components they've had to source from overseas, obviously, but it's an Australian company in Melbourne. So that was also a good factor about it. So at least we know we're helping a small company in Victoria. And it's pretty basic. You do have to change the filters inside every 500 to 800 hours, and you can wash them to maybe last a bit longer. So if there is a down part to it, yes, you've got to change the filters in there. So you can use a 12 volt, you can use a 24 volt, and you can use it plugged into a power point too, which is really good. And it's got quite a large cable on it too. So that's pretty good. So it weighs 1.5 kilos. The water capacity in this is 1.8 litres. And you get a 5 litre foldable bucket that you can add to the side if you want to have extra water. And that tube there, it just sits on there. You just push the valve on the container there and the water will go in there. But I don't know, from reading the reviews, not many people seem to be using it because the water does last for quite a while apparently. So that's the unit, you can see that. So it's very light. You have two vents on the one vent on the side there, which you can open. I've got that closed at the moment, and just got the air coming out the front. Then you've got another vent on this side. Now, we've just put normal tap water in first, and I've just had my hand in front of this for a little while, and also I've just had the fan on. Now, just with normal tap water, that is cooler than just a standard fan. So far so good. Now the top part opens up so you can pour your water, and it's got a big gap so you can get some big chunks of ice in there too, which is what we really love about it. I've seen a few other ones similar, and the opening up the top where you pour your water, it's not that big. But at least that one, of course we take our dual fridge and freezer, we can buy ice or we can take ice from home and put it in there. So that's a good thing too. So I'll just keep it pretty simple. So I've got a temperature gauge in the bedroom here. So I just want to see what effect it gets. So I'm going to monitor that today. And just see how it goes. Now obviously in a house it's going to be a little bit different to a tent. And when we had the heater in the tent held the heat quite good. So it'd be interesting to see how this goes with the gazebo tent and see whether it holds the cool there too. So obviously what we would probably do on a warmish day before we go to bed, put this in the tent for about an hour before we go to bed. Put some ice, some water in, and then that way, and we'd put it on high. Now it is quite loud, it can be quite loud. So that's on low, and you can turn it right up. So it is loud. But we're thinking if we put it in the tent an hour and a half before we go to bed on high, and then once we go to bed we can turn it down to low, and we're hoping it'll be fairly cool by then. So I suppose the two disadvantages, one is the filters you need to replace, but 500 to 800 hours, and then if you wash them they'll last even longer I'm guessing, so I don't think that's too much of a drawback. And I think the filters were $3 for a 2-pack. I'll have to double check that. And yes, it is on the loud side when you turn it up, but like I said, if you put it on high before you go into the tent and then turn it down once you're in there. But in saying that, on a hot day, I'd be prepared to put up a little bit of noise, I think. Now the power draw, if you use it on 12 volt, this is the part we really like. On low it's using 0.7 amps, so under 1 amps on low, and on high it's using 1.7 amps per hour, so that's pretty good. So there's definitely some good benefits with this, and we'll see how we go. Cheers guys.